Sunday, MetLife Stadium, New Jersey. 48 teams began this World Cup. Only 2 are left standing. And the final nobody could have scripted better is here. Argentina against Spain. The defending champions against the reigning European champions. And by Sunday night, one of them lifts the biggest trophy in world sport for the first time in this decade. Let us start with the stakes, because they are almost too perfect. Argentina are one win away from becoming the first nation since Brazil in 1958 and 1962 to win back-to-back World Cups. Nobody has done it in over 60 years. Spain, meanwhile, are chasing their second-ever World Cup title and their first World Cup final appearance since 2010, when they beat the Netherlands in Johannesburg. This is not just a final. This is history colliding with history. Now let us look at how each team actually got here. Because the routes could not be more different, and that difference tells you almost everything about how Sunday might go. Start with Spain. Because their tournament has been, statistically, one of the most dominant defensive campaigns in modern World Cup history. A goalless draw against Cape Verde to open the group stage. Then a 4-0 win over Saudi Arabia. Then a 1-0 win over Uruguay to top the group. In the round of 32, they routed Austria 3-0. In the round of 16, they beat Portugal 1-0, a result that ended Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup and quite possibly his entire international career at 41 years old. In the quarterfinal, they edged Belgium 2-1, with Mikel Merino scoring the winner. And in the semifinal, they delivered maybe their most complete performance of the tournament, a 2-0 dismantling of France, a team many neutrals thought was the best in the competition. Here is the number that should genuinely worry Argentina. Spain have conceded exactly 1 goal across their entire World Cup campaign. 1 goal in the Belgium quarterfinal. Every other match, a clean sheet. That is not luck. That is a system. Luis de la Fuente has built a Spain team where the same core that won Euro 2024 in Germany has been reinforced by an extraordinary generation underneath it. Lamine Yamal, still only 18 years old, already the most feared attacking talent in the tournament. Pedri and Rodri anchoring the midfield with the kind of control that suffocates opponents before they even get near the box. And remarkably, this Spain squad has done all of this without a single Real Madrid player in the 26-man list, the first time that has ever happened in Spanish football history. 8 Barcelona players instead. A collective identity built on one club's culture rather than a blend of rival egos. Now look at Argentina's path, and it tells a completely different story.
Argentina were dominant in the group stage, beating Algeria 3-0, Austria 2-0, and Jordan 3-1. But from the round of 32 onward, every single knockout match has been a survival story. Against Cape Verde, the World Cup debutants took Argentina all the way to extra time before the defending champions finally broke through. Against Egypt in the round of 16, Argentina found themselves staring at what looked like a 2-0 deficit late in the match, before mounting a furious comeback to win. A match that is still generating controversy over VAR decisions that went against Egypt in the closing stages. Against Switzerland in the quarterfinal, a Swiss side reduced to 10 men by a 72nd minute red card somehow forced Argentina into extra time anyway, and in the semifinal against England, Argentina trailed 1-0 with less than 10 minutes to go before Enzo Fernandez equalized in the 85th minute, and Lautaro Martinez scored the winner in the 92nd. Both goals assisted by the same man, Lionel Messi. Let us talk about what Messi has actually done at this tournament, because the numbers are almost impossible to process rationally. He leads the entire World Cup in goals with 8. His career World Cup goal tally now stands at 21, the most in the history of the competition. His 2 assists against England pushed his career World Cup assist total to 12, also an all-time record. This is Messi's 6th World Cup. He is 38 years old, and he is not just still competing at this level. He is statistically the best attacking player at the entire tournament. This is the same question we have been asking all year. Could a 38-year-old, 3 years removed from top European football, playing his club football in MLS, really deliver at a World Cup the way he did in Qatar? The honest answer, based on what we have seen over the last month, is that Messi has not just answered that question. He has obliterated it. Whatever the physiological arguments were before this tournament began, Messi has spent the last month proving that positional genius, vision, and the ability to produce a moment when a team desperately needs one do not expire on schedule. But here is the valid, uncomfortable counterpoint for Argentina heading into Sunday. Every single knockout match has been close. Extra time against Cape Verde, stoppage time comeback against Egypt, extra time against 10-man Switzerland, a goal in the 92nd minute against England. Argentina have not controlled a knockout match from start to finish since the group stage ended. They have bent over and over and refused to break, but they have bent every single time. Spain, by contrast, have not trailed in a single knockout match. They have played with control, with patience, with a level of defensive discipline that has made even France, a team many considered the tournament's most talented, look toothless for 90 minutes. So where does that leave the actual football question? Who wins on Sunday? If this final is decided by moments, by one flash of individual brilliance changing the entire complexion of the match, that favors Argentina, and specifically, it favors Messi. Nobody in the history of this sport has been more reliably capable of producing exactly the moment a team needs at exactly the moment it needs it. Argentina do not need to dominate the game. They have not dominated a knockout match in a month. They need one Messi moment, the way they got one against England, the way they got one against Egypt. If this final is decided by control and by which team dictates territory, tempo, and structure for 90 minutes, that heavily favors Spain. A defense that has conceded once in the entire tournament, a midfield trio in Rodri, Pedri, and Zubimendi that can suffocate space better than almost any unit in the world, and a front line spearheaded by Lamine Yamal that has the pace and unpredictability to punish Argentina's backline on the counter, the same way Nico Williams and Yamal have punished defenses all tournament. Here is the honest verdict. Argentina have less margin for error than Spain do. They have needed something extraordinary in every single knockout round to survive, and Sunday is one game too many to expect that pattern to end. Spain have been the more complete team for 6 consecutive matches, and completeness over 90 minutes against the best opposition left in the tournament tends to matter more than moments. Eventually. But this is still a final that has Lionel Messi in it. And history has taught us over and over that betting against Messi in a World Cup final is one of the more dangerous bets in football. So here's the real question, and it is the only one that matters going into Sunday. Does Spain's system finally suffocate the one player who has bent every rule of what a 38-year-old should be able to do at a World Cup? Or does Messi one more time find the one moment that changes everything?
Drop your prediction in the comments before kickoff, because by Sunday night, one of the greatest debates in modern football gets its answer.